Welcome first years for the explanation of missing letters. In the missing letters, before starting the missing letters, you must have done in your school days from your I think primary or upper primary classes, you must have done this one. But here at this time I will go ahead with the spellings a little bit. First I will try to show it to you the some rules of spellings, then we will move on to the further explanation. Now these are the key points for you. These are key points. What are the key points here? Correct spelling shows accuracy and discipline in learning. If you are good at spellings, definitely you would be good at the language. There is a need to understand that we should make our spellings correct. Because sometimes it happens that we get into our mind some type of the spellings, we get a misconception in our mind that these spellings are right. Like sometimes it happens, like many times I have seen that people writing tuition centers, okay, this they write down as the tuitions available, tuition classes available, tuitions from 1 to 10th class, something like that would be written. Always I found out that every one or the other lane we find the this type of the board. But you know, in this is a wrong spelling of tuitions. We have to write down tuitions. Now from today onwards, you just check it out how many people would write down this type of this spelling, T-U-I-T-I-O-N-S, T-U-I-T-I-O-N-S, it should be the tuitions. But how many people would write down this type of the spellings? You can check it out while you can read some of the boards and all. So the spellings are counted and it gives a you can say an impression on the people that you are good at the particular language. So there is a need that to make the correct spellings, we need to refer to the dictionary more. And sometimes you know it happens that after learning so many after getting so many degrees, after getting so much experience in teaching and all, sometimes we to get a little bit confusion in writing some word, like is it a right word or it is a misspelled word, like am I doing any mistake? So at that time what we have to do, immediately our hand stops, because we know the correct spellings, but while writing we get a confusion. So we get a intuition from our side that this is a wrong spelling, we have to stop it for a moment. Then many a times it is correct spelling also, but I would like to check it out whether am I writing right or wrong, because we should never become overconfident people actually get into one of the, you can say, pit, because there is a need to understand properly, learn properly. Don't underestimate yourself, but don't overestimate as well. Okay, so here is that correct spellings are needed and you would have to find it out how you are writing. When you are learning one word or when you are reading one word, don't just close your eyes and start learning the word. There is no need. Try to learn the word with the spelling, then you can able to get the spellings very easily. Misspelled words give less marks. This is a known fact. If you are writing whole material, you have written good, the whole matter was good, but you have done out of 250 words or 100 words or 50 words, just take the example of 50 words. Out of 50 words, if you have done 25 spelling mistakes, then where is the need of you to be writing down all these things? There is no need for you to writing down this much matter. You write down a sweet and short matter, but without spelling mistakes. That is a need. So misspelled words, if you are having a habit of this misspellings and misconceptions about the spellings, please correct it out, otherwise you will get score very less marks. How much knowledge you have, that is less counted. How you write, that is more counted. Because the way you write down, it is not about the only handwriting I'm talking about the usage of the words plus the spellings. If you don't know how to write down a simple word, then how can you present it out the whole matter? So there is a need to understand that your knowledge is important, but the way of presentation without the mistakes, that is only counted. Next is 26 letters. English is a tricky language. I couldn't say it is a difficult language, but it is a tricky language where you need the pronunciations, and many of the letters have same sounds. So the sounds are also difficult sometimes to understand, and different sounds are there. Here is that, in our English alphabet, we have 26 letters. In these 26 letters, how many sounds are there? 44 sounds. We get the 44 sounds, the vowel, the consonant, so many sounds are there, and sometimes it becomes difficult for a person to understand what the sound of the particular word could be, how to pronounce that particular letter in that word, because it may get different meanings into that. Like you can take simple one of the example, I'll give it to you, like practice. This practice and that practice. Only C and S, difference of C and S is there, but there is a difference in the meaning. So which type of practice you have to write down? Now we are doing this practice, continuously doing the exercise and doing that. This is the practice. That is a different practice. Check it out the meaning in the dictionary. Then you can able to understand that even with a single letter change, the meaning could get changed. So the pronunciations are also counted as well as, because if we know the pronunciation, we can able to get the spellings properly. Some rules, some exceptions, and different pronunciations. We cannot say that, okay, this is the rule, this is a definite rule, it is being margined out, now you have to follow this rule. No, because we have certain exceptions as well. Now we'll go ahead with the rules and few of the exceptions into that. Like rule number 1 here. Many of the rules, I hope everybody knows that, and you are being aware how to pronounce the words and all, because you are not a novice to the English class. Like you are learning English since your childhood days. Now you have a grown up one, but changing a child or molding a child is easy when compared to a grown up, because we cannot change we can try to change, but it is difficult to change the misconceptions in your mind and misspellings, the words which have been imprinted in your mind with certain spellings, you go on in that spellings. You don't like to change it out, because you have got a imprint, you can say, like you have engraved that particular spelling into your mind, that to be taken out. Check it out, the spellings, how you are writing, how you are learning, where you are doing the spelling mistakes. Maybe when I am saying this, many of you are recalling that maybe teachers have written you a remark like, don't do the spelling mistakes, check the spellings while writing, after correcting your test or exam papers or something. You must be remembering these. So try to overcome that weakness and make it a strength of you by practicing more spellings and getting the proper spellings. Now here is the adverbs. In the adverbs, we can actually, for the adjectives, we can make them adverbs by adding ly. This is normal, like we get an idea, like many of the students have feel that when you are actually, adverbs means many people would say, many students I have heard about that, they say ly. Lastly we get ly. Not necessary. Sometimes we don't get ly. There are exceptions as well. But there is a rule in making a adverb. From adjective to adverb, we can make it by adding ly. Slow is the adjective. We are adding ly and it is becoming adverb, slowly. But always it is not necessary that ly to be added to adverb. We will read it at the time when we get the explanation for parts of speech. Calm can become calmly. Okay. What we are doing, we are adding ly to the adjective and making it adverb. This can be normal. But there are exceptions. As I said, some rules, some exceptions. So you cannot be sure that this is a particular rule which you have to follow. So some exceptions. What is the exception here? Due. Due can become duly by adding ly, but what we are removing here? We are removing e. E is removed. Here have we removed anything? No. But here we have to remove E and ly, D-U-L-Y. Okay. Now next here is true, truly. Again what we are deducting? E. T-R-U-E can get changed into truly by removing E. That is also the adjective getting changed into adverb by adding ly, but by removing E also. So with the rules, exceptions are also there. So how can you improve your spellings? If you can get these things, you will get into mind a not K-N-O-T, not. That how can we learn spellings and how can we get an idea that this is the rule and some exceptions are there. For this purpose, you need to read more. Read the English articles, English newspapers. Nowadays, there is no need for you to just go ahead for the newspaper. When you are using your phones, you can go ahead with in the phones itself you have lot of articles on internet. You can find it out and read. More reading can enhance your spellings as well as the pronunciation. Next is adjectives. If ends in Y, it changes to ly. When adjectives ends in Y, it can changes to ly. Easy ends in Y, easily, E-A-S-I-L-Y. Even it is ending in Y, we are adding what? We are shifting Y from here to there and we are adding I, E-A-S-I-L-Y. Next is happy. Happy is again getting, instead of Y, we are adding I, then ly, happily. That is a normal rule. But again, as I said, there are exceptions. Exception is shy, shyly. When we are taking shyly, we are not removing this Y. We have removed this Y here. Both the sides we remove the Y. But here we are not removing Y. We are keeping as it is intact Y. Then we are adding ly. The same here with the sly. S-L-Y-L-Y, slyly. Okay. So these are the things which you have to keep it, and very few exceptions are there, but exceptions are there. We cannot say confirmly that okay, this is the rule, follow this rule. No, we have exceptions. Okay. Now, those adjectives which end in IC can get A-double-L-Y at the end. Okay. Tragic, tragically. Automatic, ending in IC getting A-double-L-Y, automatically. Okay. So these are the few rules, and now the next is, this is the most important rule as well as you can say most commonly misconcepted or not understood by the, misunderstood or not understood by the students. I comes before E in many of the words. This is the common rule. I comes before E. Believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. These are the words which would be given in the examination paper mostly, because they are very confusing and they can trick the mind of the student easily. Chief, C-H-I-E-F. Now next is field, F-I-E-L-D, field. There are so many words are there where we get I first, E afterwards. But as I am saying repeatedly, with the rules, the exceptions. Here we have the exception, R-E-C-E-I-V-E, receive. These are the common spelling mistakes which I checked out during the spot valuation and the correction of the examination papers. Believe and receive. These are the commonly misspelled words by the students. Like here, B-L-I-E, R-E-C-E-I. Receive getting E-I, believe getting I-E. There is a difference. Conceive, C-O-N-C-E-I-V-E. Here not I before E. Here E before I. Receipt, P is silent here. Receipt, deceit, D-E-C-E-I-T, deceit. Conceit or conceit, C-O-N-C-E-I-T, conceit. So these are certain, I have taken few examples, more are there, where you need to understand that these words are different, which are actually the exceptions. Even we have a rule that I comes before E, but some exceptions where we get E before I. Now many of you may be getting an idea like why ma'am is teaching us spellings when we have to go for the missing letters. If you know the spellings, you can do the missing letters in an easy manner. This is a simple thing to make you realize that if you are good at spellings, there is no need for you to practice missing letters more. You can practice spellings more. Don't go for missing letters. Just simply imagine it out. These two are not being given. These are the missing letters here. Now, these two are the missing letters. They'll give you like this in the examination. B-E-L, then two blanks, then V-E. You have to fill it up. Now you will get confused over here, E-I or I-E. For that purpose, I am teaching it to you, the rules of the spellings. Okay, here all the words. If I deduct any of them here, if I will take this one out, fill in the missing letter. So because you are getting this type of L-Y, you may think that I have to add I here, but the truth is you have to add Y here. So there is nothing to be teach in the missing letters. There is something to be taught in spellings. Then spellings can make you realize how the missing letters to be fulfilled. Okay, because if you know the spellings, then where is the need for you to check it out what is like missing letters to be practiced? There is no need for that. You just practice the spellings. Many I think in the reader also and in the your study material also they have given you commonly misspelled words. Check it out those and write down those words in your grammar notes. So then you can realize that where you are doing the mistake. If you get thorough into that, then definitely in the examination you can get as soon as you get a glimpse of the word, you can get an idea, okay, this is that word. You can immediately recall the word. So there is a need for you to do the practice in the spellings. Refer dictionary more, understand more. Then definitely there is no need for you to refer to the missing letters. Okay, missing letters are only meant to check it out how you are accurate and how disciplined you are in learning, whether you have followed learning properly or not. And honestly speaking, your college is providing the study material which is totally printed. So there is no need for you to check it out that spelling, because sometimes it happens that if you are writing, maybe you have done a spelling mistake, so you would have to check it out from the other friend, or you have to go to the lecturer to ask and all. You have the study material. From there, read it out. If you are not able to get any meaning of that word, check it out immediately into the dictionary. Then you will remember the spelling as well as the meaning for lifelong. So these are certain rules which you have to follow while writing the missing letters. There are certain more rules. Just refer it out and definitely you will get a good practice into that. So in the next class, we will discuss about the another grammar part. Till the time, take care.